So very good morning boys and girls. We are going to start our new chapter as we are done with the chapter 1, that is large numbers. We are going to start a new chapter which is the chapter which is already there in your 4th standard, that is in 5th standard it is there in 10th chapter, that means chapter 10. So chapter 10, Roman numerals. So you all know this. So Roman numerals. Okay, you can just continue with your previous chapter, no need to leave any kind of pages, but start this chapter in a new pace. Look, in the chapter name itself you will see two words, namely Roman and numerals. Okay, in our chapter 1 we already discussed what exactly the numerals are. Now let us see why they are Roman numerals. As Indians, what is the system we follow? Simply we call it Indian number system. Indian number system. Indian number system, or we call it Hindu-Arabic system. Indian number system or Hindu-Arabic system. Okay, so the system of numbers which Indians use is Indian number system. Similarly, the system of numbers which Romans use is called Roman numeral system or Roman numerals. Okay, then why the need of learning Roman numerals came to our Indians? See, if we can observe some of our daily things, like for example, take this wall clock. Okay, if we observe the numbers which are there in this wall clock are all Roman numerals. Okay, see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, this is one of the examples. And the other thing is, see, this is the textbook of 8th class. Here, in order to mention textbook for class 8, they use Roman numerals. So like this, even the volumes of the books and so many other things are representing by using Roman numerals. So to understand Roman numerals, there exist some common rules. Okay, so common rules pointing to addition, okay, subtraction and position. Okay, there exists a variety of rules to be followed in order to write a number using Roman numerals, likely addition, subtraction and position. So let us see what exactly they are. So well boys, Romans used 7 symbols to form numbers. So let us see what exactly they are by comparing them with Indian system of numeration or Hindu-Arabic numeral. So the first one or the first symbol they use it to write a number is I, for which what is the Hindu-Arabic numeral? It is 1. Okay, it is 1. And the other symbol next to I they use is V, which indicates 5 in Indian number system. Okay, and the next symbol which they use to write the numbers is X. You already know this. So I for 1, V for 5, X for 10. and actually we'll call them alphabetically, but they are actually symbols. So I, V, X, and after this the next one they used is L. So L indicates 50. L indicates 50. And next is C. Next is C, which is 100. Okay. L indicates 50 and C indicates 100. Next they use D. So which is 500. So with this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 symbols, and lastly they used M, which indicates 1000. Okay, and lastly they used M, which indicates 1000. So 7 symbols: I for 1, V for 5, X for 10, L for 50, C for 100, and D for 500, and M for 1000. Usually people will get confused how to keep this in mind, that is LCDM. I hope you are quite clear how to use the numbers 1, 5, 10. Later on 50, 100, 500 and 1000. So to keep this last 4 symbols in mind, I use a hint, which is LCD monitor. So one of the types of monitors which we use in computer systems, like LED, LCD, like that. So LCDM. IVX, anyway you can keep in mind very easily because you are quite familiar with these 3, and the next 4 you can keep in mind or you can remember as LCD monitor. Okay, LCD monitor. So this is one of the ways how we can keep this thing in mind. So LCD monitor. Now using these 7 symbols they created numbers, but as you know it requires some rules to be used. That means when we have to use I, when we have to use C, D, M, okay, etc., and how we have to combine these symbols together to form the numbers. So there exists specific rules to write the numbers. So let us go through these rules one by one. Okay, rule number 1. The symbols I and X can be used up to 3 times in a number. Okay, so when we want to write any Roman numeral, we have to use this I and X only up to 3 times. That means maximum number of times which we can use this I and X is 3 times. And once we write that symbol to a number, we have to add the respective symbols to get the number. I will show you an example. Look. So as we have discussed, this I value indicates 1. Okay. So this I value indicates 1. Now using this, if I want to put if I put I, you will say the value is equal to 1. If I put I like this, what will be the answer? As 1 I indicates 1. See, here in order to get the number we have to add it. So plus we have 2 i's. 1 plus 1, that is equal to 2. Okay, 1 plus 1, that is equal to 2. And next, if I put 3 i's like this, so what is the answer going to be? 1 plus 1 plus 1, that is equal to 3. Okay, So if we put 1i, that is equal to 1, 2 i's, 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. But what they are saying is, instead of 3, if you put 4 i's, okay, instead of 3, if we put 4 i's, that is going to be wrong. I will show you. So look. So if we want to write 4 like this, so what this should be 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, which is 4. But if you observe, the symbols I and X can be used up to 3 times. But here how many times we have used I? 4 times. So this type of representations are wrong. So you should not write 4 like this. Now let us check with X also. See. So what is the value of X? You know it is 10. If I put 2x like this, so what will be the answer? You will say 10 plus 10, that is equal to 20. Okay. Now, if I put 3x's like this, you will write the answer as 10 plus 10 plus 10, that is equal to 30. See, we are done with 3 times, and upon adding the respective value of the individual symbols, we got a number 30. Then let us see if we can write like this or not. So here how many x's are there? 4. So as each individual x indicates 10, 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10, that should be equal to 40. But again, even this type of representation is also wrong. We can use this x or I up to 3 times only. The maximum times which we can repeat this x or I is only 3 times. So in order to write 40, this is not the correct method. So let us move into next rule. So let us check rule number 2. The symbols V, L and D are never repeated. Whereas in the first rule, we observed that I and X can be repeated up to 3 times. Whereas the symbols V, L and D are never repeated. I will show you why. Look. So if I put V, what is the value of V? You will say it is 5. Okay. Now look. I am keeping here 2 V's, VV. Then what should be the answer for this? As one V indicates 5 plus and the other indicates 5. Total how much it should be? 10. The value should be equal to 10. But if VV is going to be 10, then what will be the value of X? As you know, X is already 10. So, as we already have a value to represent 10 as X, using this V and V as 10 is wrong. So, this type of representation is not required as we already have X. Hence, the symbols V, L and D are never repeated. Let us check with L once. See, I am writing like this, for example, L and L. So, the value of L and L is going to be, as you know, the value of each L is 50. 50 plus 50 is equal to 100. If L and L, combination of two L's is going to be 100, then what is the use of C, which is already 100? Hence, L cannot be repeated. So, if as we already have C, which is the value of 100, writing 100 as L and L is again wrong. Let us check the case with D. Similarly for D also, what is the value of D? You already know it is 500. Then if I write like DD, the value should be equal to 500 plus 500, which is 1000. But how can we represent this 1000? We will use the symbol M to represent 1000. As we already have the respective symbols to represent V, L and D, you should not repeat this V, L and D. So this is the rule number 2. So in the next class, we will check some other rules, and please don't copy any these rules or the class which I have discussed so far into your CW, because some of or most of these rules are already there in 4th class. So just don't copy anything. I will send you a separate document for the CW, so you can copy accordingly. So don't copy anything. That is for today. Have a great day.